So I played this guy 2 or 3 times, and I beat him a couple times on a couple different maps, and then he changed to this map. So I'm assuming he's going to pull out all the stops here. And he put me on top, so that doesn't exactly help anything, except for him. So I'm thinking this could end up being a pretty good game.
Conscript reporting. For the Union. Conscript reporting. Moving out.
This is maybe the first time you're going to see me do this strategy, which is I'm going to focus on this left ore, and then I'm actually just going to move my MCV to the other side and not just base walk it all the way across.
New construction options.
Comrade, order received. Da.
Structure garrison.
And super weapons are actually on here.
Building.
The only reason why I want to scout early on this map is because I like to build 3 miners out of the war factory
Options.
against Soviet players anyways.
Established.
So I'm definitely going to build 1 or 2 out of the factory, but if he tries to rush me, I'll need to cancel that 3rd one for sure.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
So that's really all I needed to see. We can see now whether he's going to build a couple miners or not.
Structure sold.
Pride of the working class. For Soviet people, we are our pride of the working class.
So the next stream for Red Alert 2 is going to be on Monday. I know it's a random day, but I actually have a really big exam on Monday, so I can't be messing around too much this weekend. So on Monday at 4 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to start a stream. I don't know how long it's going to go. We'll play it by ear.
Ready.
But in the future, I am just going to be announcing it on my Twitter and or Facebook page. So make sure you guys are following me there. Otherwise, you might miss out.
Unit ready.
War miner here, ready, comrade. We are armed. Vehicle reporting. Target sighted.
Construction complete. Unit ready.
We are
Building.
armed. Building
Unit
Soviet
ready.
economy.
Construction complete. Building. Low power. New construction.
I think I knew I was going to go low power there, but he has super weapons on this game, so I want to be sure that I'm scrambling to get the first Iron Curtain.
Ready.
Vehicle reporting. Moving. Changing position. Location confirmed.
Unit ready.
Waiting order. Vehicle reporting. Waiting orders.
Unit ready. Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Waiting orders. Changing
Unit
position.
ready.
So I realized very quickly here that
Location.
having basically every tab building is not good for my cash flow.
Moving. Location confirmed.
So I'm going to cancel off the industrial plant for now.
Changing position.
On hold. Cancel. Building.
Go for power instead.
Ready, location confirmed. Changing position.
Unit ready. Construction complete. Spy plane ready. Select target. Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Yes, comrade.
Alright, so now I'm going to move my MCV. That way I don't have to waste any extra money
New
to get
route
over there.
established. Unit
and that way I'll just plop the ore refineries right on top of the gold.
New
And then after that I'll go into more war factories and stuff like I normally would.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Unit ready.
Location confirmed. Location confirmed.
On hold. Cancelled.
So he's got some urgency now that he knows that my Iron Curtain is going to pop soon, so we'll see if he does anything aggressive.
Unit ready.
Ready, comrade. Ready, comrade.
Construction
I actually think he can beat me
complete. Deployed here.
if I didn't have the Iron Curtain, just because he rushed 3 war factories while I was going for the Iron Curtain.
Looks like good place to mine. Pride of the working class.
Spy plane ready. Unit ready.
Location confirmed. Waiting orders. Moving. Moving. War miner here.
So as he's going to be pretty aggressive here, I decide I'm going to split push a little bit, see if I can get anything.
Construction complete.
3 tanks against an MCV is actually super effective. Oh, I sent 4, so even better.
Construction complete. Iron curtain ready. Unit ready.
I was actually really surprised that I snuck that. I was not expecting him to let that go so easily.
Unit lost.
I think he was just really distracted with his other tank movements.
Deployed here.
Kind of overwhelmed himself, maybe.
Lost.
Moving.
Unit
Vehicle
ready.
reporting.
So he's out for blood now,
Unit lost.
and I know he can definitely overtake me, but I've got the Iron Curtain ready, so we're good to go. That was a pretty good Iron Curtain.
Lost.
Yeah, I'd say it was worth it. I got 5 or 6 tanks there for free.
Construction complete.
Not bad. And, you know, obviously it thwarted his
Channel deployed.
pressure right there.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
So I'm in a little over my head here. But the only saving grace, like I know I've lost at that point, but the only saving grace is I know by the time if he were to send those tanks to my base, I'd be ready to take them out with the next wave from the war factory.
Spread the doom. Vehicle reporting. Changing position.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
The other thing in the back of my mind right now is I know that since I've got his MCV, he was not able to get a industrial plant.
Unit ready.
So I know if I can just stick in the game, because he's ahead of me in tanks right now, but if I can just hang in there, eventually I'm going to pull ahead quite significantly just because my tanks are going to be cheaper.
Unit lost. Warning. Iron curtain activated.
So there's that Iron Curtain.
Unit ready.
Try and get away.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit
And as soon as I see that Iron Curtain go away, I'm going to turn back on him. Yep.
unit lost.
So that way he's not just getting free hits on me.
Channel deployed.
So now I've got that industrial plant like I was saying,
Ready.
and he does not have one.
Training.
And I've got a lot of cash flow, which, even though he's on bottom with a lot more ore, I think my cash flow is better just because my miners don't have to travel as far.
Unit ready.
Waiting
Unit
location
ready.
confirmed. Vehicle reporting.
Unit ready. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Spread the doom.
Unit ready.
A silent spring. Spread the doom. Waiting order. The doom. Vehicle reporting.
Unit ready.
Waiting order. Moving. Moving. Vehicle reporting. Moving. Moving.
Unit
So his tactic here is actually pretty good. He's just buying time so that he can get his Iron Curtain ready. That's all he was doing. He wasn't planning on doing anything there. He's just trying to get his Iron Curtain up.
unit
But at the same time, my goal is to just pull farther and farther ahead
select target. Warning.
with my industrial plant and my cash flow.
Unit ready.
Changing position.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
So he's going for my MCV, which at this point,
Lost.
isn't really doing anything. I wasn't really planning on building a nuke. I guess I could have. That could have been a good strategy. But I don't need it for anything else. I was done with my war factories, industrial plants up, so it wasn't a critical structure anymore.
Training.
And he lost 5 or 6 tanks.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting. Location.
Unit ready.
Changing position.
Unit ready.
Breaking order.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Ready, comrade.
Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Rising. Spread the doom.
Unit ready. Cancel. Unit ready.
Waiting order.
So those desolators are super in the way of the midline, which is where I want to try and split. So I'm going to try and take them out with a terror drone real quick. See if that works. 1, 2, not bad.
Ready, comrade. Location
Unit
confirmed.
ready.
Location confirmed. Moving. Moving.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
So super good tactic right there from me. I pinched the back end of his tanks, and now I'm kind of screwed because I can't use my Iron Curtain on my units. So we're just going to try and back up here. So he got a couple of my tanks, but I think really that wasn't the best Iron Curtain, and now I got to scramble to make some flak tracks for this Kirov.
Unit ready.
Do you have a plan? What is the mission? Lock them down. Personnel here. Ready for transport.
Unit ready.
Salvo. Mercury rising.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. On hold.
Waiting order.
Unit ready.
Spread the doom.
Unit ready.
Waiting order. Moving. Mercury rising. Ready, comrade. Ready, comrade. Location confirmed.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
So this is interesting. Once again,
Lost.
there's 2 parts to this. So he's got an advantage because he's using his miners as fodder, but I also now know that he's no longer getting any money.
Moving.
So my cash flow is still at 6,000. My miners are still working, and he's not getting any money at all. So I knew he was going to deploy there, but I only lost 2 or 3 dogs, and now I'm just scraping up his miners so that way he can't use them as fodder against me. And I lucked out because I thought he was just going to go straight to my base and just wreck my base, but he actually came back to defend.
Unit lost.
And when I realized that, I just go after his miners once again, so he can't use them as
Curtain activated.
fodder.
Unit ready.
So he popped his Iron Curtain, and it's not very effective because he's only going to get 2 tanks, it looks like. 3 tanks. 3 tanks from that Iron Curtain.
Unit promoted.
Meanwhile, I'm taking out
Unit promoted.
more miners.
Unit
So that's going to be huge for me. My random terror drones in my base are killing his split push. That's pretty funny.
Unit lost.
Alright, so right there, I'm pretty sure that I know I've got him now. And it was really only a matter of time between him losing his MCV, he didn't have the industrial plant,
Unit promoted.
and then his miners stopped mining, so I know he's been broke for quite a while.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Pro tip, don't get your desolators too close to an exploding nuke.
Unit
They'll blow up too. But either way, all I needed to do was get the low power to make the Iron Curtain go offline, and that's it.
unit ready.
And somewhere in that exchange, she got my Iron Curtain, but oh well.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
MVP terror drone right there.
Unit ready.
Moving.
So I gotta be a little bit careful because he's got that third tier
Ready.
Rhino. But let's see what I've got resting in my base. Plenty of tanks.
Ready.
And then if I really needed them, I could use my miners too.
Unit ready.
Making Russia
And there's 3 that are doing nothing.
call.
Perfect.
Unit ready.
Waiting order. Cutting path. Waiting order. Pride of the working class.
Unit ready.
For Soviet people. Waiting order. Moving. Vehicle report. Building Russia ready. For Soviet people. For the Union. Waiting order. Moving.
Unit ready. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. New vlog is going to be out sometime whenever I get around to editing it. And don't forget about my stream on Monday. See you then.
Unit promoted.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.